What's up guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hey, I'm Lauren and we talk about personal finance on my channel and my family's own journey to pay off six-figure student loan debt. So if you like videos like that, then make sure you hit subscribe to follow along with my journey. Almost exactly a year ago, I made a video called Saving for Retirement, How Behind Are We? And the thumbnail said, we messed up. And in that video, I basically went through how much we had saved for retirement up until that point and what percentage of our income that had been, and by we, I mean me and my husband, and I did an analysis of since we got married at age 26 until the time I was filming that video when we were 33. And so at that point we were not doing great. We had not saved a lot for retirement. We were in the first year of our debt-free journey trying to pay off six-figure student loan debt. So that was the end of 2020 that I made this video, and we started our debt-free journey January of 2020. So we were just about a year in. We had only contributed the employer match to my husband's 401k during that year. We had cut back on retirement from what we had been doing previously, but previously we really hadn't been doing that much. And then when 2021 hit, we decided, because we were getting to our mid-30s and we had made a good amount of progress on our debt payoff the first year, we really wanted to split our efforts between debt payoff and saving for retirement and investing. So that's what we did in 2021, and I'm really glad that we did it. I feel good about it, even though a good chunk of money went towards investing that could have gone towards debt payoff and made us further along in our journey. We still have several years left before we're gonna be debt free, and I just don't wanna wait until we're in our late 30s to start seriously saving for retirement. So I'm gonna do a comparison to where we were at the end of November 2020 and where we are today at the end of November 2021. Those are our numbers, our most recent numbers that I've updated. So exactly 1 year later, how much progress have we made on saving for retirement? Okay, so at the end of November 2020, I had $13,555 saved in retirement. My husband had $24,546 saved, and that was a total of $38,101. We got married in 2013, so between 2013 to 2020, we saved an average of $350 a month, which was only 2.7% of our income. And like the standard recommendation for retirement savings is saving 15% of your income or more starting at age 25. That would be like ideal situation. Hardly anyone can hit that ideal, because what 25-year-old can afford 15% of their income. But anyway, so we were saving an average of 2.7% of our income, and then when 2021 hit, our goal was to save at least 15% of our income per year going forward. And when I say save, I mean invest. It's really important to distinguish between the two, because putting money into a savings account, it's not barely gonna grow. So it's important to actually invest your money that you are planning to retire on, because that's how you build wealth. You can't build wealth by putting money into a savings account. You have to invest in some way, shape, or form. So what we do is we do it mostly through retirement accounts and a couple after-tax brokerage accounts, which are not as tax efficient, but you can access before age 65. And then the retirement accounts we contribute to my husband's 401k and my Roth IRA, and then hopefully eventually I'll have an individual like IRA like through my YouTube business, and then also hopefully we'll do a Roth IRA for my husband. So anyway, but for now, my husband has a 401k and I have a Roth IRA, and that's what we contribute to. So how much progress have we made in 1 year? Year to date, we have contributed $26,170 to our retirement accounts. And like I just said, this is my husband's 401k, so we've contributed so far $17,250 to his 401k. And that's not counting the employer match. So that adds to that number. And then for me, we contributed $6,000 to my Roth IRA. And then brokerage, we contributed year to date $2,920. And that gets you to the total of $26,170. So let's go to the actual balances of our accounts, because the stock market has been crazy this year. It's actually been kind of bad in November and December, but these are just the numbers through the end of November. But overall, the stock market had a really, really amazing year. And so we saw a ton of growth in our accounts. Yeah, they grew a lot. So like I said, my retirement accounts last year were at $13,555. Now they are at $24,482. And then my husband's retirement accounts were at $24,546, and now they're at $51,688. So his have more than doubled, which is amazing. We did contribute a lot to his accounts, a lot more than mine, because the limit on a Roth IRA is $6,000 currently, and a 401k you can contribute up to $19,500 for 2021. I think it went up by like $1,000 for 2022. But yeah, so we had more room to put money into his retirement account this year. So his did go up by a lot more. And then my brokerage accounts went from, I think they were like basically at zero at the beginning of the year. So I ended November with $5,315 in my brokerage account. So when you add all those up, that totals to $81,485. And if you remember, we started out at the end of November 2020 with $38,101. So that was an increase of $43,384. So that was a killer year for us. Considering we only contributed $26,000, we ended up with an increase of $43,000. So what's that? So that's $17,000 of gains, which is just not a typical year. The stock market has done crazy well this year, and I don't expect it to continue performing this way every single year. And it won't. Some years it'll be good and some years it'll be bad. So, but I'm glad we ended up investing this year, because look at that, $17,000 that we got from growth in the stock market. So let's take a look and see where we're at if we didn't contribute another dollar to retirement, and then where we'll be at if we continue on this path for retirement. Our balance between all our accounts is currently $81,485. If we contribute nothing going forward and we just invest this money for the next 30 years, so I'm kind of like rounding up saying we're 35 now and we're retiring at 65, that would be 30 years, because we'll be 35 like early in 2022. So yeah, and then if you put a 7% estimated rate of return, I think last year when I did the video, I used 8%, but 7 or 8% is like kind of on the more conservative side. I'm just being kind of conservative in this estimate. So if we never contributed another dollar again to retirement, and we just let this sit and grow for the next 30 years, we can expect to have somewhere in the range of $620,285. So that's not like a small amount of money. Obviously in 30 years, $600,000 won't go as far as it does today, but still $620,000 is a lot more than a lot of people have to retire off of. So I'm really glad that we are starting to build a solid nest egg. I think in a couple years we'll get to the point where when I do this calculation, if we never put in another dollar, like we'll be hitting $1 million by the time we retire, which is pretty cool. I'm hoping, like fingers crossed, that that's the way this goes, that within at some point in our 30s we'll be able to coast to $1 million, and we're not going to stop there, but just know that we have that kind of peace of mind that we've got at least $1 million when we retire. And then if we take a look and see if we repeat what we did this year, I think I actually used the numbers of what we're planning to do in 2022. We're planning to cut back a little bit on retirement in 2022 because our income went down. But if we keep doing what we're gonna do in 2022 indefinitely without contributing more or less in future years, then over the next 30 years, doing that will get us to a future balance of $3 million, over $3 million. So that would mean continuing to contribute monthly for the next 30 years and working for the next 30 years, which is not something that we want or plan on doing. We plan on getting way more aggressive with our retirement contributions once we become debt-free and we free up about $3,000 a month in payments we're making towards debt right now, and move that to mostly investing. But again, it's nice to have that peace of mind that if we just do what we've been doing the past year or so going forward, then we will have more than $1 million. We'll have a few $1 million when we retire. And again, $3 million in 30 years is not going to go as far as it does today, but still having, multiple millions when you retire is never a bad place to be. So all in all, I feel much better about where we are for retirement. Like I said at the beginning of the video, it would be nice to have used that money for debt payoff and get that process moving along more so we become debt free sooner. But also, I'm really glad that we save for retirement because that's really important. And I think that the debt payoff only has a few years left, at most like maybe 5 or 6 years, but probably hopefully less. Whereas the retirement saving and investing is more of a long-term thing. So I think once the debt has paid off, I'll be really glad that we did dedicate a chunk of money to retirement investing every year so we aren't so far behind after pushing for so long on debt payoff and then kind of like feeling like we're starting from scratch on retirement on this new like giant goal. So yeah, if you guys are not saving or investing for retirement, I highly recommend you get started. It's never too late to start. It's never too early to start. I talk about it all the time that I invest in different accounts. If you're looking for a really approachable investing platform, I love M1 Finance. I talk about them all the time. I have a review on them where I go through exactly how you would invest in retirement funds and like how they make it so easy. So I'll link that in the video description. Right now, if you use my sign up link when you open an account, it can be an after-tax brokerage account or a Roth IRA like I contribute to. My Roth IRA is actually at Vanguard because I opened it when M1 Finance didn't exist, but I do have my after-tax brokerage account at M1 Finance. So yeah, if you want to open an account right now with M1 Finance, through the end of the year, they are giving you guys $50 when you use my referral link. So you get $50 and I get $50. So you guys get started with a good amount of money to get going with your investing, and also it helps contribute to the money that I am investing for retirement. So it's win-win for both of us, so that'll be linked in the video description. So all in all, I think this was a big win. I think we still messed up, but I think we're getting back on the right track. I think in a few years we'll be able to say we didn't mess up so badly. Let's see, how much are you supposed to have saved for retirement by age 35? Okay, so according to Fidelity, we should have 2 times our annual income saved for retirement by age 35, which would be just under $400,000 because we make around like $180,000 to $200,000 a year. So $81,000 in retirement is nowhere near that. That's like 25% of what we should have, less than 25%. So yeah, we still messed up, but we are slowly but surely going to get back on the right track. And again, I just can't wait till we're debt free so we can just throw piles and piles of money at those retirement investment accounts, watch that interest compound and grow and grow and grow. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this from me, then hit that red subscribe button. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. If you messed up and you are trying to get back on track with your retirement savings, comment below. I want to know that I'm not the only one out there that screwed this up and is trying to get back on track. So comment below, let me know how you guys are doing with your retirement savings, and I'll see you guys soon in my next video. Bye.